He's a pretty nice buck, by far the biggest buck I ever shot with a bow. As far as hoping I got him anyway. My nerves are shot. That buck came right in on me. My nerves are shot. Hey guys, Preacher Chris coming to you. It's the last day of 2021, and tomorrow's the New Year's Day. Tomorrow's the last day of deer season, but I'm not going to get to hunt tomorrow, so this is my last hunt this morning. I came in and before daylight and hunted till about 10 o'clock. That was my plan because it's so warm. It's up in the 60s. This year's been a tough deer hunting year for me. I have passed on smaller deer. I've seen some big deer, just nothing that I could get a shot at. We took a trip to Missouri. Mike killed a good one up there. But we've seen a lot of deer, but we've seen tons of hunters too, so it was a hard hunt. Came back empty-handed. After we got back from Missouri, I started getting a buck coming in daylight here where I hunt at in western North Carolina. And he came in on Wednesday evening when I couldn't hunt him because I was preparing for church, preach on Wednesday night and Wednesday evening, so I couldn't come hunting. Went back in on Thursday and checked my camera and realized he was coming in, and so I went back on Friday evening, and he came in with a doe, and I shot him. You'll see it on the footage. But I made a bad shot. It wasn't a good shot at all. I rushed the shot. I was impatient. I take full responsibility for it. When you're hunting in western North Carolina, especially during bow season, and you get a chance at a nice mature deer, a good deer for this area, you know, those opportunities don't come around too much. And so anyway, he was looking up at me. And I held my bow back for about a minute, and I rushed the shot, and I took a bad shot. I was trying to make a spine shot, and I guess buck fever, heat of the moment and all that stuff. And I took a bad shot. I was hoping to get a spine shot, but I don't think I did. I'm gonna give him a little bit. I could see the hair sticking out, so. I backed out. Me and Blake and Warren come in the next morning, and we hunted for 4 or 5 hours. We had good blood trail, and just couldn't find him. It just stopped, and we just couldn't find him. Well, the next week I came back in here hunting, and I could see where crows was gathering and stuff, and I figured this is where the deer was at, the area the deer was at. This morning, since it was my last hunt, I went ahead and got down early because it was so warm. And my plan was just to walk in the direction that the crows were, that I seen the crows were. And guess what? I found the rack. I found the deer. It's not pretty to look at, but I did find it. It's the best bow buck that I've ever shot, I've ever killed. And the shame about it is I did not get the body. I did not get the meat. And that's my fault because I rushed the shot and took a bad shot. So it's a mixed bag of blessings, I guess you'd say. Because I got my best bow buck, got his rack, but I didn't get the meat, put the meat in the freezer. And so it's just, you know, I was disappointed that I hadn't got nothing this year, but at the same time, this morning's turned out to be somewhat of a blessing because I was able to find this deer, by far the best bow buck I've ever shot. I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. I know it's been a tough year for a lot of folks and a difficult year. And sometimes a lot of our churches have struggled. A lot of Christians have struggled because there's been so much sickness and so much stuff going on and everything. But I just want to encourage everybody just to keep going. Just keep serving the Lord. Just keep loving Jesus and loving one another and helping each other along the way. And in this new year that's coming up, I pray God's blessings on everybody and their family. And I pray this year is prosperous spiritually. Material don't really matter that much. But I pray that you prosper spiritually. I pray that we'll all commit ourselves more to loving the Lord and loving one another. Be committed to your local church, whatever church that you belong to. You commit to it, you support it with your presence, you support it financially, you support it with your prayers, you support it with your presence by being there, and you support your pastor and your church, and just keep on serving the Lord. I know these is difficult days, and I know there's some strange and odd things going on, but I'm telling you, it does not take Jesus by surprise. And I know we look around in this world and we think, boy, it's getting awful dark, getting awful bad. Well, you know what? Just like this morning turned out to be a mixed bag of blessings. This world is a mixed bag of blessings, because as we see things getting worse, that just means that the return of Christ is even closer, because the Bible says it's going to grow worse and worse. So you just keep serving Jesus, and I pray God's blessings on each one, and I pray everybody has a happy, happy New Year. God bless you. I love you. So does Jesus.